So I just bought a 65 amp Stony Pony. I've been looking for one of these amps forever. I finally found one and I only paid $800, which is a steal. I think they were originally around a couple of thousand, 3,000 maybe. And I also believe it's not in production anymore. So I'm really happy with finding one of these because, as you know, I do like Ampeg guitar amps, and this has some Ampeg mojo in it. The preamp section, according to Dan Bowl, the guy who designed it, is our front end that's in the Soho and Monterey, which is a blend of EF86 and 12AX Vox type preamps. And I would say that the cleans especially are kind of Vox-ish, and I also really like that. The power section is where the Ampeg thing comes into play, and it's loosely based on a Gemini, I believe, from the 60s with 7591 tubes. And I actually thought it was based on the V series from Ampeg, the VT22, VT40, V4 amps that you have seen on this channel, the Queens of the Stone Age thing. But those amps are using a different tube in the power section, that's 7027A tube. But I believe, and I know from testing the amps, that they are kind of similar. Listen to this. And for that test, I used the exact same cabinet with the same speakers and mics, and I used this pedal, a Klon Centaur, with the exact same settings. To me, they are quite similar. The biggest difference for me is that the Stony Pony, there's a lot of low end in that amp, and I actually turn it down when I'm recording with the amp, and there's still a lot of low end. And I was cranking the bass on the Ampeg, and I couldn't get the same amount of low end. But yeah, I think that's fine. I like low end. what do I think of the Stone Pony in general? I think it's a fantastic amp. I know I say this a lot, but this is definitely one of the best amps that I've tried. Maybe the best one. 25 watts, it's perfect. If I played live still, especially with a rock band, I would definitely use this amp. It's so versatile. You have really good cleans, Vox-ish cleans maybe, with a lot of headroom, a lot more than I thought it would have. Since it's 25 watts, and the driven tones are just fantastic, and with the bump function, which is a tone stack bypass with several levels of it. When you bypass the tone stack completely, any amp is louder and mid-rangier and dirtier. In my experience, the 65 bump circuit does exactly that. The first position feeds some of the signal around the tone stack. The sixth position feeds all of it around the tone stack. There's also a tone control on the bump circuit to add back in whatever level of brightness you want. And I just want to have the bump on all the freaking time because it sounds amazing. It makes everything louder, better, grittier, without like shaving off a lot of low end, which usually happens when you use any pedal. If you have a pedal that doesn't do that, it often gets a bit too muddy in my experience, and none of this is happening when you use the bump on the channel. So if you set the amp on the edge of breakup, you have really good cleans, you have a good crunch tone, and when you use the bump, it's amazing. It's amazing, yeah. Definitely check one out if you have the chance. They are not easy to find since they are not in production anymore. If you are looking for something that is really good and sounds different, the Stone Pony might be for you.